What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to do my first recording of an Alliance War. I believe this is our third Alliance War in the new season. Yeah, so pretty kind of a team I normally go in with, which is my Gwenpool 565, Dr. Voodoo 455, and IceMan 550. I take path 4. It's got a few tricky little nodes, but nothing crazy. But yeah, I mean, I do see some challenges. Yeah, let's get into it. My first node is a skill. 4-star duped. Pretty sure it's going to be a Thor Ragnarok. I actually usually see him. If I see a duped 4-star, it's going to be him. Like for the longest time, I always thought it was going to be an Agent Venom, but I kept seeing Thor Ragnarok. So yeah. He's usually pretty easy to fight, so we'll see. Just take a look at the node, nothing crazy. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be Thor Ragnarok, and and it is. So totally simple fight. Just going to play some parries. Make sure I don't intercept him because he has that like auto block, which can get you. So yeah. Gwenpool's just a savage, so she's just going to bleed right through him. Pretty simple. Okay, so next fight is a 4-star science. The next one is an unblockable L1, so 95% of the time it's going to be a SpiderMan, so I'm just going to go in with Gwenpool. The way I like to play is I like to go medium, get some bleeds procced, so he doesn't even get to his L1 before he dies. So again, pretty simple, medium. Not necessarily getting super lucky with the bleeds, but one is enough with a 565 Gwenpool. With the boost, ticks for like 424 and suicides, so it makes the fight so easy. Especially with Gwenpool, suicides make her, I mean, such a god champ. So next one's all or nothing. I'm not sure who I want to use here. IceMan obviously can tank an L3, no worries. Gwenpool, I know the fight will be a lot faster with Gwenpool, and if I tank an L3, I'm not going to die, so no worries. So it's an AntMan, which I was pretty sure it was going to be. So I'm just kind of hoping for some good RNG here to proc. So I got 1 bleed, but he has willpower. So he's up to 2 bars, and I don't have many bleeds, so I'm like, oh no. But I know the more hits she gets, she reduces their ability accuracy, so his glancing blows don't proc as much. So I've got 3 bleeds on him, and he's ticking down. He's about 20%. I know Assassin's going to kick in once I hit him once, so the damage is going to go up quite a bit. And there goes that fight. Again, Gwenpool, you know, boosted, class advantage. I run suicides, 3 points in Assassin, so the attack is crazy. Makes fights super quick, super easy, pretty relaxing. Okay, so next one. You know, I'm going to pop a 10%er, 5-star unduped, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a Nightcrawler. It's a limber node, so I have to be careful with my parries. I'm going to bring in IceMan to make sure I keep that buff active that does not allow him to evade. Pretty straightforward fight, actually. I have struggled on this node in the past, but I just made sure to use IceMan, have a good game plan, keep that L1 going. Considering I'm only going to use IceMan for like another, I don't know, 2 fights, or at least my plan is that, I'm not worried about the recoil damage. So yeah, I mean, super easy fight actually. It gets a little tight at one point. So here he's playing a little passively. So the timing is not going to work out to get that L1 up before the buff expires. So I'm going to bait out this L2. I'm going to get a parry in there. Limber's starting to make a difference, so I actually just kind of get lucky, get that L1 off. He doesn't evade it, but he's on such low health, like I wasn't stressed if he did evade it. So yeah, IceMan comes away with a pretty easy win there. So next fight is a 4-star. I have no idea who this is going to be. Kinetic Reactor, which is always annoying. Plagued Mind, so I'm going to probably go in with Gwenpool because she does not rely on power. To be an effective attacker. So I'm going to go in with Gwenpool. As you can see, I think I forget to boost, which is probably why this fight doesn't go as well as I needed it to. So it is Punisher 99, which is interesting. I've actually never seen him on this node. So I'm not really getting great RNG. No bleeds there. His heavy has a kind of a long reach actually, so I'm being careful because it stuns if you get clipped by it. So I made sure to have it right there. So I've got 2 bleeds. I'm trying to get him to use that L2. I probably should have baited an L1. And see, of course, he's generating power, but I'm not necessarily fussed because I know I'm not going to die from this L3, which is great with Gwenpool for Alliance War. Like, you're not going to give up a death even if you eat an L3. So yeah, he tears into me. It's got some disintegration going, so I'm kind of ticking down. But, you know, Gwenpool finishes the fight out. Not necessarily the cleanest one. I think if I had boosted, I would have finished that fight before he got to the L3, but, you know, so it goes. So the next one's 5-star tech. I should have looked at the profile, but I didn't. I didn't boost. I just clicked fight with IceMan, and I'm already flustered. I don't know why, and it's an Ultron Classic, and I'm panicking. I eat a heavy. This fight is so gross. I forget that my buff is up that doesn't allow him to evade, so I'm trying to get him to proc that every 7-second evade, and I hit him once, and I'm like, what? What's going on? I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. And then he evades, and I throw an L1, and I'm like totally panicking. And so I'm like, all right, calm down, relax. It's okay. So I'm going to try to play. I'm trying to recover, but it doesn't really go that way. He evades. I keep attacking instead of evading. So eat some damage. Drop an L1 there, and then I managed to get that block in, which is, you know, not terrible. So then I'm about to eat an L1, not here. So I'm getting used to his evade again. I remember how it works. Coming up here is pretty stupid. Like, ugh. So I evade that one. I mean, his L1's the easiest thing in the world to evade. Right there. I mean, luckily I had my ice armor so I don't stun, but now I'm like panicking and then I just get buried. Oh, okay. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, collect yourself, man. Okay, so I drop a boost. I'm going to go in with Voodoo. I'm going to calm the hell down. I can still salvage this with only giving 1 death. So I know what's happening here. I know what's going to happen. So we're just going to play really smart. You have to be aggressive. It is a bleed node, but honestly, I'm pretty sure I can finish the fight out before I bleed. Because I'm running willpower, and I'm running maxed out coagulate, and he has regen. So, like at the moment, I'm not even taking any damage. So, anyways, just playing really carefully, waiting, trying to get him to proc, and then I get nicked there, which is so stupid. Take some chip damage there, but no worries. I'm still doing all right. 10k L2 there, being careful. Ooh, he's playing really aggressively, but I'm relaxed. I'm going to come in. So I've got that odd combo, but he's still evading like crazy. But we do manage to just kind of muscle through that fight. It wasn't the prettiest, but, you know, it happened. So now we've got the mini-boss, Mordo. I'm going to top up Dr. Voodoo so I don't give a death. I think my teammate before gave 1 death, so I wanted to make sure I got out of this easy peasy. So Kinetic Reactor, always got to be careful. I can't remember if they're running Mystic Dispersion. This fight's pretty fun. So the way I like to play Mordo is intercept when I can and bait out heavies when I have to. There's a couple times where I actually like my gameplay. So I'm going to try to get, there is, of course, resist. God, I hate that stand your ground. It's super annoying with Mordo. I get clipped, which is happening. I'm evading before they're attacking, which is allowing me to get clipped. So he gets his L3. For some reason, he doesn't throw it. I get a 6k heavy in there, which is pretty cool. So he's going to throw his L3, which I'm not super worried about. His L3 doesn't hit for very hard, so takes about 20%. I'm not fussed. He doesn't proc the regen, which is great, but I see he's got a bunch of buffs on him, so I'm like, you know what? Let's get some Loas going here. Even combo, poison that fool. Okay, so I'm doing all right. I stopped his power gain along with getting 8 poisons. I pull out an L2. I stop his power gain again, and I'm like, all right, this fight's going well. That poison's ticking down. So I pulled that heavy too quickly, but he threw an L1, thankfully. Now, coming up here, I like what I do here because I know I'm not going to finish the 5-hit combo to stop it, but his L1 has such long animation that I was able to catch him before that power gain happened. Boom. That was actually a pretty solid fight. And that is the end of how much fighting I did for the war. Super fun. We did come out with a win. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll have more Alliance Wars coming soon. Okay, peace.